Hey guys, today we're going to very quickly talk about how to use Ableton as loops and using session view, which looks like this. So to switch between these different views, I'm using the tab key on my computer, tab. That just moves us between these different views. So this is arrangement view, I believe, and this is session view. When we're using loops, I like to use session view. It's just a little bit easier. Let's just do a quick demonstration of what you're looking at when you look at session view. So what's different than arrangement view is all of your stuff over here that you're used to, your mutes and your volumes and all those things, those are now down here. Okay, so you see here's our mute on and off. We can slide the volume like this. And so these are our channels. You see all our channels up here: click, cues, guide, tempo, pro presenter. If we look here, click, cues, guide, tempo, pro presenter. So they are showing us the same thing. It's just a different way of picturing it. So to trigger one of these tracks, what you do is you click over here, the master, these little play buttons here. So you can hear by hitting this one button, I'm playing a loop and I'm playing a click at the same time. So basically how this works is when you hit this master over here, any track that has a clip in it, they're all going to play simultaneously. So that's why this loop and this click play at the same time. You see they both have a green play button. So there's a super quick refresher on how session view works. Ableton's got some great courses and manuals and stuff if you need to know more about how to navigate this view. I'm going to go ahead and move on just for brevity. So in the example that we're using, that we just want some click tracks and maybe a repeating loop for one of our worship songs. You can see I've got these labeled altar and these labeled, this one labeled shout. These are things that for my template I thought that we may need. So a shout loop that's always ready, a loop in 4/4, then a loop in 6/8. So that's what we got. So what's cool about this is that we can change the tempo of any of these tracks at any time. So let me talk about how we do that. So session view uses some very specific naming conventions to make these things work. So let's just make a new one and we'll talk about how to do it. So what I do is I right click and insert scene. Boom, there we go. It just made us a new one right here. So the way you get the tempo to be whatever you want, the time signature to be whatever you want, is all in the naming. So we'll call this song 1. Okay, and then you see I'm going to put a colon here and then insert, if you see my conventions, I'm going to insert a BPM. So let's just go 88 BPM. Then I'm going to do another colon and I'm going to put in 4/4. Boom, just like that. So now if I hit play, obviously nothing's going to happen. We don't have any clips loaded in there, but you see the tempo change to 88. If I go up here and I play our loop from earlier, you can see it change to 85. So these tempos control Ableton's metronome. You just have to make sure that you put that colon in front and you space it just like this so Ableton knows what you're talking about. So that's how Ableton's naming convention works. Just make sure you do it in this way and you'll see Ableton's metronome following along. So I'm going to delete that. So if we actually wanted to use these in service, what I would recommend, say your first song, let's say we're doing a 3-song set, 2 songs in 4/4 and 1 in 6/8. What I would recommend is just duplicate these alter scenes here. So you can just Command D or right click, duplicate. So let's duplicate 2 of those. And then let's duplicate, let's say our last song was in 6/8, so let's duplicate that. And then let's just move them down here where we got some space to work. And then what I would do is I would just name these as you need it. So we'll call this 1 just for song 1. Let's say this is power in the name. It's obviously not 85. It's probably like 132. Whoops. Okay. And then let's say that song 2, is Battle Belongs. Okay, that's probably 85 is probably close. It's probably what, in the 90s, 91, I don't know. And then our last song, number 3, Reckless Love. We'll just leave that as 79. So you can see when I duplicated these, it made exact copies of what we were working with here. So it's got clicks in each one. and it's got loops in each one. So you can see once I play this, there it is at 132. I'll play this next one. There it is at 91. I'll play the last one. There it is at 79 and 68. So then once you do this, you can kind of decide what you want to hear. Like if you really don't want the loops, you just want the click, you can just mute the loop track, and when you play, you'll only hear the click track playing. Another thing you can do if you are, maybe you want the loop, let's say for the second song, but not the first song, you could turn it on and you could just delete this out of here like this. So now if I press play, it's just the loop, but when I get to song 2, the loop is back in. So any of these clips can be deleted, and then you can bring them back with Command Z. You could copy it, Command C, and paste it into another one. All of this is malleable, and you can use them wherever you want. If you maybe wanted to insert a pad, see I've got this pads track here. What you can do is you can go to wherever you keep your pad files. And let's just take this one. You can just drag it right in like this. And now that it's a part of this scene, when I hit play, there we go. We can have a pad play along with us. So you could drag, different pads in for each song, and then they would all play along together. And these things will loop infinitely. So if I play this again, we can see it's counting how many times it has looped, and here's the click looping a bunch of times. Here's how much time we have left on this pad. This is a 10-minute pad track, so hopefully that helps. Last thing, you can assign these to hotkeys, so you can just hit key. You can see I have these already labeled 6, 7, and 8. That's just the hotkeys that I have chosen. So over here, you click on the play button, hit 1, click on this one, hit 2, click on this one, click 3. Now when I hit 1 on my keyboard, it's going to play it for us. 2, same way, and 3. So there's a quick way to get some loops going and click tracks going for your church if you're just wanting to run just a click and nothing else. Last hint, if you're running session view and arrangement view at the same time, so say you've got like one click and then you're going to use a full track for the next song, you see how weird this view looks. There's like stuff grayed out and this weird symbol has come up, and you're getting a warning down here. Long story short, I have in the template, I have it set up to, if you press the 0 key and the 9 key, that will get you back into arrangement view and ready to go. So like if we play this, we stop it, we go back, we see how it's made this weird view, just 0, 9 on your keyboard, and it'll take that away for you. All right, thanks so much.